Oh, guys, I'm back for just a few minutes. My dog and I just got back in, and I wanted to show you these gigantic squash that I got free the other, a while back actually. See how big they are, and they're almost as big as Tony, or they're bigger than Tony, I guess. I got them free at a food pantry at a church, but I cooked one before, and you have to like cut it up, and you can even cook it in the microwave as you would a baked potato or something. But they're so large, see. And let me see here. Trying to, oops. I was just going to show you real quick. I forgot I'm going live. I have to. Okay, so these last a couple months, but you have to cook them up pretty soon after that. Um, I was googling about it. Next time I may choose something else because my place is so small in here to have big things like this, you know. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. Now I didn't take my cell phone with me. I was going to take a cell phone video of what they're doing behind us. They had a lot of construction going on with big tractors and everything. They're clearing out all this space behind my apartment complex. And let's make sure we're on and everything. Um, so okay, I was trying to do this on Instagram, but I haven't. I'm just now figuring out how to go live better on YouTube, and then after I master this, I'll figure out how to go live on Instagram. Or I'd like to do both at the same time, or like do a stream yard thing. I think that's what it's called. You do like you can do two or three at once, but Facebook and X and all that. So maybe TikTok. I haven't. I think I've only gone live on TikTok once. No, I haven't gone live on TikTok yet. But look how large these are. See, these are like gigantic squash. I guess they'll be okay. I don't know. They're pretty kind of heavy. I could have done some. I could use them for like barbells, to exercise with. I used to have such. I used to be so slim. We were talking in the last video about. I only had one subscriber. Judy's one of my loyal subscribers watching one of my lives earlier, and when I was in high school, I did lots of musicals and dancing recitals growing up, and I was on the dancing drill team in high school. And then I used to do a lot of disco dancing too back in the day for several years, all through my 20s and 30s. And then I still done it some, but I've sort of still missed the discos. But yeah, you can see it because these are the plastic celeries that you can order with the hot mom oil, which I hope you order some. Um, we can always use the business, and you would be surprised how much it will help you, that hot mom oil and these healing ones too. And there's just a lot to all that. Now, so let me know if you want more information about all that. And then I've made some videos about it before, but yeah, you can see that these are the size of them because these are like large celery stalks, and these are bigger than that. See, and as you can see, they're almost like. Well, here's Tony. Tony, you gonna watch? He likes to be and stuff. I'm thinking about having Tony to have his own channel because he's so adorable. He's just cuter than everybody, aren't you, hon? I know he wishes he should be the star of the show, right, Tony? He says, "What am I doing?" He says, "I know he's so quiet. He's a great listener. He listens to me. I love him so much." So there's my cat. He's back in. We all went outside. It's really hot out there. Anyway, they're doing a lot of construction out there, and oh, I meant to make a tinfoil hat. I do have some foil. I'll make the tinfoil hat next time. But I was they're supposed to be building, I thought, a storage facility back there, which I was thinking like a like public storage kind of place for for people to store, like for regular stuff, for apartments and business offices and things. But my neighbor just said they might be just building a big commercial office for a construction company, which I would rather they do that than have like storage units. Although storage units wouldn't be too bad, But then I got concerned with the tinfoil hat thing. What if they're building the data centers for the AI storage, which is possible because I don't think they are, but I don't know for sure. But they are building those, I think, closer down towards Austin and then south of Austin and then out in Amarillo, they're building those storage facilities that are there and they take up a lot of water and energy, but we'll see. I mean, maybe they have a way around all that. And then there's all this new controversy about those that somehow the water got contaminated running through that, and then they're rerunning it through the tap water, and that's how some of this stuff where they wash the lettuce. I don't know. I mean, I've said this before, but I started out in the news business, and sometimes it's hard to get to the real story. Nobody is paying me to cover all that, and it can be sometimes if it involves big business and big money, it's not safe to go there, but nobody's paying me. And a lot of advertisers, own a lot of the stations, or a lot of the top stations are owned by top people of the world, and everything. So there's a lot of theories on that, and regardless of whether how you feel about our fearless leader, I admire the way he's gotten so brave the other night with his speech. That is true. That he calls them the deep state, but that's what they've been called. A lot of, well, they're top powerful people of the world. I think not just of the U.S. They're around the world. They're like top leaders, kind of like George Carlin talks about it. It's a big club and we ain't in it. But not all. Obviously, not all top powerful people are in all this stuff, but I mean, these are the people that are the bosses of the billionaires, I guess. They must be multi-trillionaires. I don't really know. Like I said, I'm not even monetized enough to make, I have to get at least 500 subscribers to make enough to pay, like it'll help pay my car insurance. And then, and I don't mean to keep pushing these Angela's products on you, but believe it or not, they really help you. And there's a lot of testimonials on Instagram, and I've made some testimonials here, and I've done some videos on it. The roll on, and it really heals your aches and pains. And if you use that, especially if you're older, you might have arthritis, you may have all kinds of issues. You get all kinds of stuff as you get older, and autoimmune diseases, and you can get all kinds of things. Um, and then also, if you drink the olive oil, like I said, I haven't tried the Aliabo yet. It's a little pricey, but if you, even when I've been drinking olive oil, like having that in lieu of like butter or margarine or something, which is, the olive oil is more healthy. And even cooking with that or coconut oil, I've been feeling so much better. But yeah, I'm older. I'm in the process of just losing some weight. I really have to steer clear of certain things. I'm on a really tight budget. So that makes it easier in a way. But then on the other hand, sometimes if you're on such a tight budget, or or even if you're making pretty good money, there's been times in my life when I was doing better in life, like a lot of people do, and I'll be getting there again. I think positive now, and it's a lot of work too. I can't just sit and dream about everything, but live in a dream world. But I mean, it takes a combination of thinking positive and doing the work. But yeah, you have to do the work, try to get more into my dancing again, which I love, and swimming and different things, tennis. But in this heat, it's a little challenging. Of course, some of this stuff I can do in my apartment, but yeah, it's a lot. So I may go pretty soon, but I just thought these things are so large. I guess actually showing them now, I realize they're not quite too bad. But yeah, I could do some exercising with them. But yeah, you see how big they are compared to the like a celery. Like I said, these are the celery stalks. But yeah, that hot mom oil is very good. Please order that from me. Let me know. Just you can just comment, and then I'll send you all the information. If you comment, I'll send you all the links to order it. here, and on my Instagram too. And if you run across Angela's page, please tell them you want Celery Queen Jean's celery stalks. You talk to Celery Queen Jean, which is me, and you would like to order these with the Holly Hot Mom oil. But and then if you would like a little class with me, an acting class, it will be pretty inexpensive. If very inexpensive. So to start out, and then we can decide if you. I mean, a lot of people pay a lot of money on things, and then they don't even decide they don't even want to do something. So with me, I'll let you try different. I've had so many different jobs and careers. You can talk to me about it first, and I'm older. I think I'm older than I look. Although today I'm looking kind of older because my hair's pulled back. I need a haircut, and you know, I didn't like my hair's not all fluffed out. I guess I wonder if it would look better. I've had it like this all day. Sometimes it looks worse or better. If it really needs a haircut. I guess I need to wash it too in the morning. Sometimes if I wash it at night, and I didn't wash it with the right kind of shampoo. I was trying to wash it with something that it like helps, like give it more moisture, but then it gives it too much moisture, you know. But see, yeah, and this is my natural hair color. I'm an older lady, but my hair color, natural hair color, used to be so pretty. I mean, I'm not saying this. This is like pewter, It's like the color of a, almost like the color of silverware when it needs to be polished. So it doesn't really look gray or silver. It's kind of like pewter or something. But yeah, when I was younger, it was naturally, yellow, golden, white, platinum blonde, all the stuff. So, and I used to get like those frizzy perms. And yeah, I need to lose some weight. You can lose weight now. I mean, I've never had any work done, but I'm learning more too about if you work on foods that help your gut and clean your gut. Of course, all of Angela's products do that, and with her parasite cleanses and everything. But there's another lady on Instagram. She's older than me, and she looks so great. She shows before and after pictures, but she's taking all kinds of supplements to help with to have a healthy gut and keep your clean out your insides, and then that gets rid of a lot of this puffiness. And then there's exercises you can do, but of course, and then I need to go to the dentist too. But even if I could afford to get all that done, it's like kind of scary. I've had a lot of dental work, and then as you get older, it starts to fall out. But there's actually some scientists in Japan that are working on developing, which is great, some things where your teeth can actually regenerate and grow back. Even I think if they've been pulled. I think if you've had implants in there, though, I'm not sure if you can. I think it has to be like still open for them to grow, kind of like my plants and stuff. So, but yeah, I was concerned. I thought I should have taken some videos of them doing all that work behind us. I guess we'll know later on if it's a data center. Surely not, but you never know. I don't really know, you know, what's going on from one day to the next, anywhere now. Waco's getting kind of bigger, like a lot of cities. Of course, it's still not growing. Oops, it's still not growing as fast as Dallas or Austin. You can still hear. You can still hear me even if I. This is just so that I can hear my voice level because the microphone picks up. You know, I know you probably know that. Some of you techie people. Um, what gets me is, of course, I've taken a lot of acting classes and spent a lot of money on that, but sort of feel sympathy a little bit, or empathy, or sympathy for a lot of the people that have done a lot of film school and are not working. But then a lot of them are till still, they're having to travel a lot. But of course, people that have all those skills, they can do a lot of other things like make ads, and they might look better than the ads I've made. But you can always make ads yourself, which I've done. Remember, I've done some different things, some free ads, trying to build it up. But eventually, I would like to offer to people that I can make some videos for you. If it's not too far to drive from here, and then eventually I could go further if you give me some gas miles, and I can help you with your videos for your ads, because I used to do that years ago, but it was more like advertising, retail ads, like print journalism ads. I used to take pictures for ads, and then a lot of times I was the reporter in a lot of small papers. And before I worked at regular papers where we covered city council and school board, sometimes I worked for shopping news and places like that too, although I have a degree in journalism. Usually a lot of the small papers I worked at, I'd be the only one with a journalism degree. So, but anyway, and everybody wanted my job, and I don't know. I guess so. I just thought these were kind of strange, but yeah, back to the thing. I really could exercise, like, because I used to weigh a lot less, and then exercise like these could be used as weight. Really, I really feel the weight of it. I've been As I declutter a lot more, I've been using my arms a lot more, decluttering and working, lifting things, but not too heavy. But I really should do more just to build up more muscle. As you get older, you're supposed to do all that. Well, I guess this didn't get any. These are okay. I didn't know if a bug got on it or not. I don't think so. I guess I'll try it. I'll just cut them up, and then if they're not any good, I offered them to my neighbors. They said, well, they wanted to see they were. I said, well, I hate to give it to somebody if it's. Oh God, no, I just dropped it. I don't. I think it'll be okay though. These things are like hard as rocks. Oh my goodness, they're so strange. They're not like bananas or anything. They're just as hard as rocks. So anyway, I just thought you would like to see that. Now you could see Tony. Tony, come over here, hon. Tony, come here. Come here. He's getting so. He used to like more attention, although he doesn't. He'd rather see people in person, which we all need to do, not just me and him. And my cat is like watching too. See, where is my cat? Oh, there he is. Wait a minute. Austin, why aren't you? Oh, okay. Tony, be nice. No, I know. Austin kind of is intimidating sometimes with my dog. My dog has to show my cat who's boss, right, Tony? It's okay, Tony. See, but my cat is sneaky like a lion. See, he tries to act like he's harmless. He's very dominant. Like, for example, if he's sitting somewhere on the sofa or bed or standing in something, this is a 400 square foot apartment, as you can imagine, with still a lot of stuff in it. So, he won't move. I mean, you have to actually move him, or, you have to wait and let him move. I mean, unless you're in a hurry to go somewhere, then you have to step over him or take your chances. But one time, when I first got him, I got him in Austin from Austin Pets Alive years ago. He's going on 6 or 7 now, because he was almost a year old when I got him. Austin, smile for the camera. Wait a minute. Why can't I see Austin on this thing? The light is so bright, it doesn't really show Austin. Austin. By the window. I guess the light is just so bright, it's not really showing Austin. I guess you can kind of see you see his ears. There he is. But I mean, that's really strange. It's the way the camera's picking it up. There he goes. He's moving, but he's. Oh, you know what? No, I had this set for my Zoom or the blurry background, but not for this. I don't know. This is showing. It's just there's so much bright sunlight coming through. You can't see him as well. But no, he's very dominant. And for example, when I lived in Austin, people would have like these large dogs. They would be walking, and me and Tony were hurrying. Tony was like bark, bark, and sometimes I'd even pick up my dog, and I'd be even a little intimidated by such large dogs. But my cat would just lay out there like a lion, and one guy was going. He didn't even do anything. He just said, "I'm going to wait till your cat moves, or can you call your cat?" So finally, I called. I said, "Austin, please come with us." And finally, Austin came. So I started to talk to this guy about it. I lost track of him. You meet so many people. A lot of times I never meet a stranger and I'm friendly, depending on my mood. I'm usually a pretty good mood, usually, unless other people are not or whatever. But I can usually tell if somebody, wants to talk or not. But this guy, obviously, he said he worked at a zoo and he had worked around animals in like a animal. He knew a lot about animal psychology and behavior, and I guess he was studying that at the University of Texas at Austin. See, this was when I lived in Austin, and because Austin is from Austin, that's where he's from. See, and he said, "Your cat is just," I said, "Is he wild?" He said, "Well, you could get a DNA test." I mean, he's just a tabby cat. I mean, it's obvious even when he's been to the vet, they said he's obvious just a tabby cat. It costs at least $100 to get a DNA test. But I mean, all tabby cats are like descendants, I mean, from decades and decades ago, hundreds of years ago, African wild cats or whatever, and they look like them too, which is so strange because a small African wildcat can actually take down a giraffe. I mean, you can just learn so much on the internet, but if you're trying to make money, you've got to watch your time limit. But that's more interesting maybe than a lot of things you can be doing. But he said your cat is probably not necessarily wild, but he's got a dominant trait. He's a very dominant cat, and apparently, I guess that's why the other people turned him in because his name, before I renamed him Austin, his name was originally King Kong. See? Now, Tony is real sweet. So, Tony's original name was Coco. That was Tony's original name was Coco. And I just thought, Tony is Tony. And actually, I named him Tony too because I'd had the other cat that had passed that was named Oscar. And then I had the little dog that I got originally free from some rescue site in Malibu one day when I lived in North Hollywood and I was out sightseeing and such. And I think I was going to a free book screening that I think it was Jane Fonda, as I recall. And so anyway, I was out there looking at the books, and then afterwards I went and saw these people do an animal rescue site, and I saw Emmy, and that dog lived to be 17, but I had her for just 10 years. But anyway, I named Emmy and Oscar, as if to say the first time I moved out of LA, and then I moved back and forth some to Texas and back and forth, due to lots of different reasons, mainly the economy and prices and jobs and apartment is so high, rent is so high out there and all the stuff. So I thought, well, at least I've got my Emmy and Oscar. Even if I never win an Emmy and Oscar, at least I've got my Emmy and Oscar. And my Emmy and Oscar are a lot more valuable than, just a statue, which I've shown you before. I've gotten those statues you can buy on Hollywood Boulevard, the Oscars, they're imitation Oscar statues. And German of Venice has that on his videos. When if you ever get homesick for like living out in LA, I'm from Texas, but I do miss sometimes the excitement of living out there and everything. You can watch German of Venice videos about Hollywood, and they've got a lot of issues right now with things, but out in that area. But um, anyway, so Tony is like, well, I've done theater before too, and I've taken some serious theater classes too, in addition to having done, of course, I did musicals and dance recitals in high school and everything, but I also have done some theater in LA, and I studied with Joanne Linville, who also trained with Stella Adler in New York. See, and we did. I did come back a little Sheba scenes, and we had a theater night and invite people and have punch and cookies and stuff for people and wine, and but I also did Hello from Bertha. And I was Bertha, and that was a really fun character to play. And I did some other scenes from different things. It's on my resume. If you look on X, you'll see my Actors Access resume. I think it can still show. I have all my video clips from film and TV type things, or even some auditions, mostly low budget film and TV projects, just audition clips, or actually when I did book some work, and that's on IMDb too. But but you can see my theater reel. I mean, it's a scene. I guess it was the country girl scene, and then a couple other scenes. But anyway, Tony, like the Tony Award, the theater award. I thought, well, Tony is like, he's like, would be like just as valuable, if not more valuable, than to win a Tony. And then I really kind of wish I'd pursued my dreams more when I was younger, but it just wasn't feasible. I mean, I don't know. It's a long story, but I would have been really on my own with that. It wasn't, we were not raised to do. I mean, and I get it. I mean, I totally get it because it's expensive, and you have to really do a lot of things to support yourself when you're trying to do creative things. But Tony is like a little Broadway show in and of himself. See, can you see? Look how beautiful he is. Tony, get up now. He's not going to get up right now. Well, you've seen him before. He's gotten 5,000 views before, just practically doing nothing. But you've seen his little pepperoni commercial that I made. I didn't get paid for that, but I was trying to build up a reel for him and myself for advertising videos. So if it's on here on my YouTube channel, and I have it on my Instagram channel too, and I think TikTok and some others. But it's my name is Tony, and I love pepperoni. It's just a close up of him. I mean, he's just so adorable. I love him so much. I'm thinking about having like a YouTube channel just for him. See, and or maybe have them both in it. Maybe I could have Tony as the star, and then we could have a special appearances with Austin and myself, my cat Austin and myself. I don't know. I'm not sure how many YouTube channels we can have. But anyway, that's about it, guys. We've covered a lot of different subjects today. I have to figure out. Wait a minute. Let me see what this says here. Well, I guess it's just squash. It's just gigantic. Let me see. It's just really, I've never seen them that big before. Maybe they're special feature of Waco. I don't know. I've never seen any that big in Dallas or Austin or LA or anything. But anyway, and it's just as hard as a rock. I wonder if, well, we'll find out. I'll let you know. And that I showed you the little dish I made the other night, and then after that, I had since made like some spaghetti cooked out of that steamer thing, and I was able to make a chicken salad with some of that chicken too, with spaghetti, chicken, and vinegar, olive oil, chives, and like a combination thing of tomatoes, um, just different things, and it's very good. And I've had different things like that before, and you can even put some. Like I had some little canned peaches in it too, like a cold salad. See, and then the rest still comes out as a soup. And I still had some chicken left over for the next couple days. They're just boneless chicken breasts, and then I let Austin and Tony have a little bit of it too, see, instead of just their kibble. Okay. So I've been learning a lot. When you're on a budget, you learn a lot. When you on a really tight budget, it's okay to occasionally let your cat have a little bit of dog food as long as it doesn't have like ash or anything in it. But as long as it's like a regular dog food, but cats need actually more protein than dogs do. So like even if it's like beef or chicken, it's not going to have as much as like the cat food, beef or chicken, dog food or fish or whatever. But you can use it as a filler for them, like just to make up a difference. But then, see, I've let him have a little bit of canned tuna and chicken, but I need to get him some more regular canned food again. He likes canned food, Nine Lives, and oh, different, He especially likes those Friskies in the can, and pot that I have even chicken pate and different things. I remember one time for Oscar, I was buying him all kinds of stuff, when I was in LA, I think one time, and buying him a bunch of cat food, but it was like pretty good Friskies, but I think it might have let them have some of those Whiskas or some of that better cat food, when I had a little more money and such. And some of it will say liver pate, chicken pate. Um, it looked really good. I mean, all kinds of great, you know. And the guy behind me goes, "Gosh, your cat eats better than me. Can I come sleep under your bed?" And I said, "Yeah, I understand." I said, sometimes I feed them better than I feed myself, and I'm like that now, even being on a budget. But you have to feed them properly. They're just so tiny, um, but we do too. We have to take care of ourselves too. But animals are like such small little creatures. They're a little more sensitive. But you can give them the cheap kibble and such, some. But yeah, so maybe we could get Tony. I can get him in make some little costumes for Tony. I don't want to upset him, but he's resting. It's so hot right now, but of course we're inside in the AC. But still, we just got back from our walk, so I'm gonna let you guys go now, and we'll chat at you later. Then, okay? Over and out. Happy Monday.